Alrighty guys, we're back for some Rakdos Dragons, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks, entity decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? We have a Convoke theme going on. So we have Hoarding Broodlord. It's an 8 mana, 7/6 flying dragon with Convoke. So our creatures can help us cast this spell. And when Hoarding Broodlord enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may play it. Oh, okay. And then also on this card, spells you cast from exile have Convoke. So that could be interesting, huh? Hoarding Broodlord's going to have a huge target on his back, though, because a 7/6 flying is no joke. Helps you wrap up games pretty quickly, huh? Now, something noteworthy on the card is actually the triple black in the mana cost up there. That could be tricky sometimes. A lot of the stuff to help us Convoke is actually red creatures, so I did opt for all of the dual land, or all of the rare dual land, I should say. And the honorable mentions, I added Bloodfell Caves because I thought about it. I really did. I think the extra dual land might be really important in this deck in particular. But yeah, all the rare dual land this time around. We also have Mirrex. I'll go over the rest of the mana base at the end, actually. Let's start at the beginning, huh? We have 4 Gleeful Demolitions. It's a 1 mana sorcery. Destroy target artifact. If you controlled that artifact, create 3/1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens. Yep, it makes a lot of Convoke lists for a reason. Just 3 goblins out of nowhere is kind of insane. And of course, to work with the Gleeful Demolition, we have all 4 Voldaren Epicures in here. The blood token goes a long way. And how many times has that extra 1 damage from the Epicure just won you the game? Quite a few times, huh? It's kind of crazy. Pretty powerful creature overall. Speaking of powerful creatures, man, Bloodtithe Harvester making the list can act as a powerful piece of removal. Just being a 3/2 is completely fine. The extra blood token obviously is going to work well in here. How could we not have all 4 of them, huh? Oh, also here we got Shivan Devastator, 2 of them. It's X and a red, 0/0, flying haste, enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Powerful dragon, man. Invasion of Tarkir made the list. Even though I called it Rakdos Dragons, we actually only have like 7 dragons in here. But I mean, eventually this flips into the Thunder Maw if you target it and stuff, or attack it. So I mean, it's kind of sort of more dragons, and it works well as just early removal. It can potentially hit pretty hard, even though we only have 7. But there's only a reason. I mean, there's a reason we only have 2 of them, right? So not all 4, because if we had more dragons in here, then all 4 would probably be worth it. Oh, skipped over Rouse Reinforcements, man. So 2/1/1 blue and red elemental creature tokens, not half bad. Got 4 Tainted Adversaries in here, 2 mana, 2/3 with Death Touch. Okay, not terrible, right? But of course it has an adversary ability for 2 and a black. You get to pay that any number of times, so you can think of this as a potential 5-drop. You can think of it as a potential 8-drop, which doesn't happen too often, but you know, it could happen. When you pay this cost I'm sorry guys, woo. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many +1/+1 counters on Tainted Adversary, then create twice that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with Decayed. So Tainted Adversary could be a great way to get the Convoke cost for the Hoarding Broodlord, right? So I think all 4 is going to be worth it, but we'll see, huh? Yeah, I think just like in general, we have so many solid creatures in here, man. At the front of the build especially. Now we got some ramp to get to that top end too. We have a couple Glittering Stockpiles. It's a 3 mana artifact treasure. You get to tap it for a red mana, then you put a stash counter on this. Or you can tap it, sack it, add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of stash counters on Glittering Stockpile. So that any one color could come in handy for the Broodlord's mana cost as well, huh? So you got like 3 stash counters on it. Even if you didn't see any swamps or any of your dual lands for that whole game, you can still tap this for the triple black mana cost. I like Stockpile, man. It's pretty good. I feel like it's underplayed. It's also just an uncommon, which is kind of awesome, man. Now, we do have a Celestus in here. It's It's been making a lot of my mid-range cuts, man. It's just so good. It does so much, and the life gain really does come in handy. We got a Rivaz of the Claw, which is a 3 mana, 3/3 with Menace. It's a legendary creature. It's not a dragon, unfortunately. I really wish this card was also a dragon, but I guess that's too much to ask for, right? So you can tap this, add 2 mana in any combination of colors, spend this mana only to cast dragon spells. Okay. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a dragon creature spell from your graveyard. Oh. And whenever you cast a dragon creature spell from your graveyard, it gains when this creature dies, exile it. Yeah, pretty solid, dude. The biggest problem, of course, is it just has a huge target on its back, right? Like, the opponent really doesn't want you ramping that well. It could be as simple as turn 3 Rivas into your turn 4 land, and then you ramp right into a top end like Tyrant of Kher Ridges, which is only a 1 of in this list, unfortunately. So it's a 6 mana, 4/5 dragon with flying. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to any target. Nice. For a red mana, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Another way to wrap up a game could be like sacrificing a stockpile that has like 4 stash counters on it or something like that, and then buffing up that tyrant and swinging in the air for a big old chunky swing, huh? Got Atsushi in here as one of our dragons, 4 mana, 4/4, and when it dies, you get to choose one. Either create 3 treasure tokens or exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. I don't know which one you end up using more often in here. Probably the treasures, but honestly, I really don't know. Exiling the top 2 cards in a mid-range deck like this that has so many 1-drops and so many 2-drops as well, it really depends. Probably like a 50-50 split. And then there's always the chance that your opponent just exiles this too. There's a lot of exile removal, man. Don't get me started on Sunfall again. Anyways, we also have Pylon here. This is a 4 mana instant speed with Convoke. So again, creatures can help us cast this. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, then Surveil 2. And that Surveil could be interesting. We could potentially send like dragons to the grave and maybe bring them back with Rivaz. I don't know how often you actually want to do that. It's just something to note, I suppose. And we got 2 Burn Down the House. Creating Devils could help us convoke creatures or convoke our other cards, right? Or, you know, just board wipe. Pretty important. We got a Mirrex over here in the mana base because it actually generates creatures for the Convoke, or it generates artifacts for the Gleeful Demolition. So you could always target your Phyrexian Might, destroy that, and then get 3 goblins instead. I think it's definitely going to be worth the 1 of. We got a single Crucible of Defiance, a couple spirits go a long way. They are colorless spirits, that's worth noting. And Abandoned Mire also made the cut, obviously. Leaning a little red in the mana base because that's what the deck is leaning towards. Some honorable mentions, guys. Why didn't I just lean further into the Convoke theme? It's really hard to find room for cards, man. So like City on Fire almost made the cut, didn't though. And then a Shivan Branch Burner. Look at this, man. This is a 7 mana 4/4 flying haste with Convoke. Probably janky, unfortunately, right? But this could have been a really cool dragon to include, and I thought about it as at least a 1 of, but something like a Tyrant is just gonna be better. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how often we just grab Broodlord with Broodlord, and then on the second Broodlord, we just grab our other top-end Tyrant, and then hopefully at that point, we have a chance of actually convoking out the Tyrant. That just sounds really cool, huh? So yeah, no Shivan Branch Burner this time. And then Stoke the Flames almost made the list too, but I think like Invasion of Tarkir and the Pylon are going to be enough of removal. Obviously, Stoke the Flame could hit the opponent's face too, but that's not really what we're trying to do here. We're definitely trying to attack with creatures, not just burn down the opponent's face. So it's in the honorable mentions for a reason though, huh? Either way, guys, that's the list. Hopefully I went over it well enough. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about, and hopefully I didn't talk about everything twice, right? So let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, and see how we do. Alright guys, what am I expecting from the build? I've been having a little bit of success with mid-range style decks, so I think it's gonna be decent. Probably somewhere around the 50% though. It'll probably be back and forth. Starting hand here is fine. Opponent goes first. Okay, we'll give it a shot, man. Lots of stuff to draw. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Whew. Nothing on turn 1. That's good news. I guess it play with fire open. Nope. Nice. Okay. Well, that could be an issue. Better get a blocker down. Even though blocking Feldon is a big old pain in the butt. I mean, Feldon's a pain in the butt regardless, so it's better to just kill it if we can. And hey, that's a lightning strike that's not hitting our face, man, so... Okay. Honestly, dude, I really don't want Harvester to get picked up by a play with fire. Even though Harvester sacrifice next turn is the best way to get rid of Feldon, obviously. I think it's just Adversary, hope that it can successfully block. Yeah, dude. Like, if we played Harvester down into a play with fire, that would just be sad for us. So maybe they end up hitting play with fire to face then, because Epicure is not a great target for them. Nope, nothing. Nothing this time. Here's Warcrafting. Wow. Let's see if they hit a land off this. Oh, it's just going to be an impulse. They can't play that this turn, luckily. Okay, we'll take the 2. Yeah, right up against mono red for the first game is pretty scary. They had great burn for our 2 of our best blockers for the game. Always get more chump blockers down if we wanted to. Shivan Devastator for 3. I don't think we keep up pace well here. I think we just play a couple of our... we'll start with Ral's Reinforcements. This is also getting ready if we top deck a Convoke card too. Yeah, Bloodtithe Harvester, buddy. I don't think you're going to make it. I don't think you're going to make it, little buddy. It's not looking great. Luckily, Feldon's not hitting us for like 3 every turn. I'm actually going to keep the Epicure back in case we have a chance to double block like the Mishra's Foundry. Yeah, play with fire for Harvester. It wasn't looking great for the Harvester, man. Next turn, we're probably going to go into maxed out Devastator as a blocker. And hopefully they don't find another Warcrafting. So they go Lightning Strike for our face. Yep, makes sense. Triple block Adversary? We could. I don't really want to take 5. Double block Feldon's really bad. Feldon's a pain in the butt, man. We're struggling. Is that worth it? No, it's not. It's not worth it. I'm gonna chump the Adversary. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. Okay, big old Devastator. We could also filter with the blood token if we want to find something different. Hopefully Nahir's Warcrafting... I mean, they could just go Adversary number 2 as well. We're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. Keep everything back again. Maybe there's a chance that we get a double block on the Foundry. Oh, Adversary number 2. Grab Warcrafting. Devastator's out of here, man. This really lined up well for the opponent, huh? A lot of burn, dude. Mono Red's still looking so spicy. Can't be mad about it, man. I love Mono Red. I love Mono Red, but boy, oh boy, did this line up. Or at least it felt like it did, right? Alright, we better just chump these. Save a chump blocker for next turn. You know what? Let's just take 8 damage. It's so over, guys. Like, we better just take the 8 and see what happens. Because this gets rid of Swift Spear, and then we still have a chump blocker for next turn. Like, you never know what we see on top. Like a burn down the house. The Mishra's Foundry ends it then. Man. Also, 5 damage to Feldon's really bad. They probably just find burn easily. So I guess we just go Devils, and now we have chump blockers for days. But yeah, there's a really good chance that they just find it. Do I play this as a land? Sure. Sure. I think it's over, but just in case we see something huge. Like, Burn Down the House was a really good draw, man. That was a really, really good draw. Okay, Foundry's out of here. They dropped the GGs. They must have something. They must, right? I mean, Feldon can help them find it here regardless. Either way, it's probably over, but... I guess we take out Foundry. We could double down on an adversary over the Feldon so they don't see as much. They still dropped the GGs, so I'm expecting something in hand, but they're playing this all out. Wow, it was a land. Are we alive? Hit Fighter. They dropped the GGs again. Oh no, the Broodlord! After we lost all of our creatures, guys. Oh no. That could have been sick, dude. I don't know what Broodlord would have done after we got this far down, but yes, GG indeed, opponent. Let's let him swing on in, and let's get let's get this one for mono red. They ran us over, man. They really did. I love that Bloodthirsty Adversary is just still pulling so much weight. The Bloodthirsty Adversary was nasty on so many levels. Yeah, GG opponent. Was there any chance that game? I don't think so. I don't, yeah. After the two adversaries got burnt so fast, right? These were just terrific blockers that didn't get to do a thing. We had to chump often to stay in the game. Harvester got picked up immediately by the Play with Fire. There's no great way to play around that either. Like, if I would have just held mana open there, it probably would have been much worse, and then the Play with Fire eventually would have just hit our face too. And the Burn Down the House wipe shows the power of Mishra's Foundry, right? Because they still would have just wrapped up the game after the board wipe. So yeah, no, I don't think there was a way through there. Not with how that lined up. You guys will have to let me know in the comments, though, if you saw a better way to play that one out, because you never know. Right into the next game. Overall, too, I don't think our deck played poorly either. I think we drew relatively well. I think the deck was fine there. So, yeah, not too much to complain about. Huh. Opponent goes first. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Let's see what we draw. We have a turn 1 and 2 with the Epicure and Demolition. And that's pretty good. Haunted Bridge comes out tapped. I'll tell you what, if we see an untapped black source, then maybe we go into Harvester before the Demolition. More mono red. Oh no, opponent. Give me a chance, buddy. Give me a chance. I'll take it this time. More creatures out there, the better. Gleeful Demolition. Yep. Gleeful Demolition. Beat some creatures. Now, see the triple black cost in the Broodlord's mana cost. Who? Why has mana costs been so hard for me to talk about? How does one talk about mana costs, man? I don't know what words need to come out in what order. I'll double block. If they like, so if they burn one of the 1/1s, then it's still a chump, and then that's burn that's not hitting our face. Like, this is not bad to attempt a double block here, especially when we have Harvester into the second Gleeful Demolition next turn. Furnace Punisher. Crap, dude, that's gonna wreck us. Wait, how many do we need? Unless they control 2 or more basic lands. Well, here's one. That's good news, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're almost there. We go Harvester. That's actually red and black, which is good. Gleeful Demolition again. This has Menace, but we honestly might just take the damage from it. Okay, Broodlord can come down next turn, but hopefully we don't just end up perishing this turn, man. I don't know. I know End the Festivities exists in mono red, so that could be really bad. Strangle for the Harvester. We still have triple black, though. Haunted Ridge, luckily. That's why I talked about all the dual land coming in handy. Swing in the air. Wow. They want to save the Punisher. Makes sense. It's doing 2 damage to us every turn. Harvester. I mean, we got to do it, right? We got to. We got to stop the Phoenix Chick in the air. I think we just grab Broodlord number 2 to make sure we can grab something else as well. Because right now, if they do double burn the Broodlord on their turn, like a couple lightning strikes or something, I think that would actually be worth it for them, honestly. Double burn on the Broodlord. If they do that, then we want to be able to play another Broodlord next turn. Tyrant could be good too, because that could actually help us target and destroy the Punisher, but we could always do that next turn. And if they do pick up Broodlord, then we don't have the Convoke on the Tyrant. You know what? I talked myself into it. We gotta try our dandiest. Oh, we could also just grab removal for it too, though. Now, I also want a way to finish up the game too, so let's grab Tyrant. Let's do this. It has Convoke until they get rid of the Broodlord, and it should theoretically be really hard for them to remove the Broodlord. Well, that's one piece of burn out of their hand that's not hitting it, so that's good news. Now, it is like any card too, not just like a non-land, so... Taking 3 from the... This Punisher's rough, dude. The Menace. I see why they play with fire. That way we couldn't double block the Punisher. Bro. This Furnace Punisher's rough, man. Oh, Pylon. Oh, thank goodness. Wait, how do I want to do this? We'll have 4 open. So if we go... If we don't swing... We'll have 4 open for the Pylon. Which I think we need to do, because we're at 3, and I guess they could easily just top deck what they need here. So we got to keep blockers open, so we got to do this on their turn, so no attacks end turn. Alright, let's see it, opponent. Did you find it, buddy? These Furnace Punishers, man. I got to try it out. Aw, they found it, guys. They found it. We'll do this for fun. This was cool, though. We showcased our deck well. Wow, here's the... the extra... Yeah, that could have come in handy, huh? Hey, good game, opponent. All right, let's see if we can get up against a player not playing mono red and see if we could test the deck out that way. These have been lining up nicely for them, though, huh? Yeah, it was another Bloodthirsty Adversary build, too. So many great ways to put together mono red, man. Very cool. What have I learned? I have to try out Furnace Punisher. I learned that from the last game. I also have to go back and try out Adversary Red again, bro. It's been a while. But what I really want to play is some classic Boros aggro. I've been craving that a little bit, man. Like I'm talking like classic. Like you got the Kamano, sure, and then you got the Adversary, yep. But then you got a bunch of other of the Boros style cards, the 3-drop that I can't remember the name of, but is Boros. That's what I want to go back to. Opponent goes first again. Oh no, oh jeez. Ah, jeez, guys, it's gonna be one of those videos. Okay. Oh, it's not mono red. All right. It's still gonna be. It's probably still gonna be some aggro though, since they went first. So we gotta be prepared, man. Spirited Companion. Oh no. Oh no. Selesnya enchantments can be just as scary. Hey, now we got our basic land. So if the opponent has a surprise Furnace Punisher, I guess that's good. That's good, right? Let's swing, dude. I think we cheese that through. And if they block, it's a good block because an enchantment creature off the board. Oh. Sure. Why not? Relatively surprised by the block there, but especially since it's not like they know that we are convoking creatures down. Alex, okay. We might take that out right now. I know we're losing creatures and stuff, but if we go, let's see, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the Epicure, I guess. Well, we'd have to tap a land for that, so 5 open after that. Stockpile. Nope. Harvester's got to hit this, bro. And I'm not even going to swing because that is a trade that they don't take. Like, we gotta take that out immediately. Stockpile. Epicure. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Gleeful Demolition's at the ready. Oh, I should have played Abandoned Mire. Something to think about, guys. Because now if I top deck a black source, we need the triple black for the Broodlord, so always need to be ready for that. Another Broodlord, okay. So Stockpile could always be the black source that we need as well, I guess, right? So first of all, Gleeful Demolition, sorcery speed and whatnot, we do this now. We could trade, we could swap out a little bit. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we'd have to sacrifice Stockpile. And then Broodlord probably gets exiled next turn. Worth it. Worth it. Stockpile sacrificed for the black source. And what are we picking up here, man? Just another Broodlord as the Convoke. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to get picked up. What do I want against mono? Yeah, I almost said mono red. That's funny. Selesnya enchantments. What do I want against that? Tainted Adversary is 1 mana away. I apologize, opponent. Give me 1 second, buddy. Probably the Tyrant again, right? Since we have second Broodlord in hand already, it's not worth picking up the third because we can always pick up the third with this one. As long as Broodlord doesn't get hit, we do have the triple black for the Broodlord here. So, yeah. All right. This might actually be in our advantage. Well, ossification. Get their spirit. Tyrant doesn't have Convoke then, so Tyrant's not coming down. But if we see a black source, our second Broodlord can. I'll pick that up, swing for 4, back up to 20. We're down to 16. We're in trouble unless we see some mana, guys. Woohoo! We got the mana. Let's go. Okay. So yeah, we can still cast the Tyrant, but it doesn't have Convoke unless Broodlord is on the board. So that's the... And we should just grab the other Broodlord then, probably, guys. We probably should. As much as, I guess, burn down the house would be pretty good. Okay, no attacks. We got to be prepared for just 3 ossification style effects in a row. And Selesnya enchantments can be absolutely insane too. Calyx number 2 comes down. Wedding announcement, no removal for the Broodlord. That could be huge for us, man. That is a 6/4 naturalist though, isn't it? Okay, fine, that's a good trade. Trample lifelink, they're going up to 26. They draw a card off Audacity. Okay, it's a good trade, dude. Yeah, once we play the third Broodlord here, it's gotta be burn down the house, doesn't it? Okay, Gleeful Demolition. I guess we do that first, right? Get rid of a bullet token, because then we'll have 3 open creatures. Nice, nice. Taking a damage here. And then Tyrant can come down and hopefully pick up Alex next turn too. But these, everything's a problem right now. Burn down the house won't hit these spirits soon enough. Should I just grab like a Pylon then? Pylon would be open. Tainted Adversary could be good, but now, I don't know. I don't know about that, actually. Maybe it's just Pylon over the burn. No, we're going to risk it with Burn Down the House. I know that these spirits can get over Burn Down the House soon enough, but if it doesn't, right? Like this turn, see? Perfect. They don't get above the Burn Down the House. Now I should be scared, though, because I used my Gleeful Demolition last turn when I didn't really have to. And we're going to lose all of our 1/1s then. So we could full swing first, obviously. We could go Tyrant first as well, but Tyrant gets picked up by the Burn Down the House as well. Full swing, let's do this. Let's see what they do. Yeah, the only thing that casting Gleeful Demolition last turn did was let us go a little bit wider with the swing, but they have blockers for days anyways, so yeah, I should have kept it in hand. The thought process was I'll be able to convoke out more next turn, but then I decided on grabbing the Burn Down the House, so... Okay. They can see what I exiled, right? So they... I guess they know... Wait, can they? Can they see? Exile it face down. No, I can see what I exiled. They cannot. So unfortunately, Kami of Transience was a terrific draw for them, because Kami of Transience will come back at the end here, and they get to play it out next turn. Wedding Announcement flips next turn. Hopefully they don't draw an enchantment here, man. Woohoo, buddy, okay. Yeah, so they're restocking the board quite nicely here. Get a 1/1. I don't know if our Broodlord can keep up pace. I know that Tyrant can take out the Kami of Transience. But then we tap down our Broodlord. Whereas if we just swing with the Broodlord, they don't have lifelink on the board right now. Now we should do this, huh? Because that's even more in the air when it comes time then. And they might just top deck like a land or something. So that's 11 in the air, and Tyrant can be buffed 3 times. They're swinging for 8 on the ground, but we have a great blocker, so depends what they find here. Oh no, Spirited Companion, okay. Commune with spirits, yep, okay. That's definitely the 2 cards you want to see when you're trying to find stuff off the top, right? Get a draw into the Commune. Ossification grabs the Tyrant. Bro. How rough have these games been, man? Alright, so luckily Tainted Adversary has the death touch for when it comes time. Is there gonna be a way through now that Tyrant's gone? They swing for 10 down to 4. We still just have the 7 in the air. If I would have swung, we would have died that turn if I would have just swung. What a top deck, dude. What a top deck. Wow. Holy cow. The number of times Burn Down the House just saves my butt. Oh my goodness, dude. Let's do this. I don't think they have haste or anything, so Kami of Transience comes back. Michiko flips again, doesn't have that haste, so we just gotta hope that they don't see fire off the top like they did last turn, right? Companion, Commune, Defined Deossification was gross. Oh, yep. We're in trouble, bro. We're in so much trouble. See, they're at 12. They buff. They go Michiko's Reign of Truth into the Kami of Transience, which has Trample. Then we go Pylon. Right? I'm just going to play this and use this as a blocker and the Pylon. Wait, we're at 4. Do we have to use all? Do I have to keep... What do I do? Do I have to keep this back, man? We could also go like Harvester and have everything back with the Pylon. I guess we might have to, guys. Oh no! They're one enchantment away from the Hollowed Haunting, giving everything flying. So I guess we have to keep Broodlord regardless. So we might as well get Harvester down and have Pile open. So we have to keep Broodlord back because they could top deck an enchantment and then it's over. Even though I'd love to threaten for lethal next turn if they don't see anything, this is a super sketchy turn. It's got to go into the trample creature. Okay, it was a land. That's great news, dude. That's great news. They full swing. Okay. So we got to go into blockers before the pylon. For each, so first of all, that, right? And take 3. We have 7 on the board. Okay. It goes like that, right? So 2 blockers, pylon, Kami of Transience. That's pretty good. Kami of Transience goes back to the hand at the end, but yeah, don't need land, right? Don't need it. I don't know what we're looking for. But we don't need land, I know that much. So Hollowed Haunting is down to 5 now. Crucible of Defiance off the top. Could we ask for a better lineup? GG opponent. GG, man. Holy cow. I thought the opponent was getting lucky. I guess we're both ripping fire off the top, man. Holy cow. It's the simple things like a pylon, man, that can just be absolutely disgusting. That worked out really well for us. I almost ended up blocking with the Harvester instead, but yeah, that wouldn't have made much sense there, huh? About 37 minutes in, guys. We're going to try one more, and if it ends up going on for too long, we'll just give it to the opponent. It's no big deal. If it's leaning towards the opponent, of course, right? Yeah, that was insane, man. That's one of those games you kind of wish it was just like the first game of the evening. Okay, opponent goes first here. This is a bad hand, right? Right? Double Gleeful Demolition, no guaranteed artifacts. Yeah. Yeah, I think we end up mulligan, dropping the mulligan for this one. Opponent, are you there? Okay, hi, buddy. Oh, much better. Okay, well, Triple Haunted Ridge, a little slow, but the hand in general is pretty slow, so I guess we'll send one of the ridges. Okay. Okay, guys. Might be a fast one. Let's get the Haunted Ridge down, make sure we actually have a turn 2 adversary that could potentially block. We have the view browser bug. Man, a lot of mono red today, guys. I apologize for not seeing much variety. Better get the blocker down, but as something tells me, there's gonna be a lightning strike. Now we do have stockpile into a Gleeful Demolition next turn if we want to do that, but probably not. Yeah, let's see what you see up the top, buddy. That's a good block for me, though. Mano and what? Oh, wow. Bloodthirsty Adversary. They grabbed the Kamano with it. There you go, Blood Token for the turn. Drop the Epicure. So with Epicure in the deck, it's most likely... Yeah, it's most likely the type of deck that runs like End the Festivities and Mechanized Warfare, right? So... Alright. Glittering Stockpile for the turn and not going Gleeful Demolition is probably fine. Again, type of deck that runs End the Festivities, that would be devastating. So we just get the Glittering Stockpile stocked up a little bit more, huh? And see if we could find something else with the Gleeful Demolition. I think that's totally acceptable, man. And we got to make sure we tap the stockpile to get the stash counter. Let's see, yeah, Commando flips next turn. Beldon number 2, that's a 3/3 now. We still block it, dude. Death Touch. Definitely. Get these Feldons off of my board. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a block. What do you guys think? Would you block there? I mean, we're at 15. They get to see 2. A Devastator can come down as another Feldon. Get that out of here, man. Oh, make sure we tap it. Put a stash counter. Epicure. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's much better with the Gleeful Demolition. Just Devastator for 4, save a blocker. Commando flips, man. I have 2 land. Maybe it's... If the end of the festivity happens next turn, then the Feldon doesn't, unless they see the mountain off the top that they've been looking for. I suppose we go Gleeful Demolition for the turn, because next turn, the Devastator can be massive. Stockpile will have 2 counters, and we have a 5th land here too. So Devastator can be a 6/6, right? If we sacrifice Stockpile. Just be a 2/2 for the turn too, but I'm going to hold it back. I think there's a lot of good reasons to go for the largest Devastator possible, especially when you're up against mono red. They did end up finding the mountain, so let's see the end of festivity. Full swing in. Okay. Trade, take 2. If we see a Convoke card off the top, that would be pretty sad. This is good. This is good. If they, like, burn one of the 1/1s, that's burn that's not hitting our face, so... one of these 1/1s, so the trade doesn't happen. Nope. All of it trades. Swift Spear comes down for the turn. Okay, yeah, that would have been the one that we double blocked, so that makes sense. Another stockpile on the another stash counter on the stockpile. Oh my goodness, guys. Wow, Atsushi making a great appearance here, dude. Anyways, this could be 4, 5, 6. Now it's Atsushi now. Again, stockpile can get out of hand, and that means so can Devastator. Atsushi's just terrific, dude. It definitely sucks that the opponent has 3 mana now, so, like, they have means to get rid of Atsushi. The good news is, Etching isn't on the board, so it's not getting exiled, so... We could always go, like... Oh, okay, yeah, they're going wide here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. What else do they got? Lightning Strike, probably. I guess one of the Swift Spears, if they kill Atsushi, it's fine, dude. And we chump the other Swift Spear, take 3 down to 10. Because if it's Lightning Strike to our face, we would take 2 less from the chump. Sure, but if it's Lightning Strike, it probably hits Atsushi because they want that gone. And then the chump ended up working out nicely here too. So 1 Swift Spear gone. And what do we grab with Atsushi at this point, dude? At this point, like, 3 treasure tokens could be good, but relying on just a big old chunky Devastator isn't enough when they still have 3 creatures. So we're just gonna search. Nice, dude. Burn down the house. They get to see 5 with the Feldon, and they still have Foundry, but is that worth it? Till the end of your next turn. More mana here. We can do both of them. We can. We could just get chump blockers down too, which kind of sort of works. Get rid of the Phoenix Chick. The Foundry's a problem, man. The Foundry's a problem. See, if we don't go for the chump blockers, they see 5 off the top with Feldon. They get to choose one to play next turn. At least the Swift Spear and the Phoenix Chick are gone, and the Feldon. 3 creatures for 1, but they get to see 5, and they still have Foundry on the board. So there's like there's a lot to consider here. I guess we do it though, huh? Let's see what they see with the Feldon. And then, I mean, we still end up casting Invasion, hit face. Actually, that's what we should have done, right? Instead of hitting their face, we should have gone Invasion. Squee, what a pain in the butt, dude. So we could have just, I guess we might as well reveal this and do 3. Anyways, we didn't have to reveal it. We could have done 2 damage to the Feldon, so they only saw 2, and then went burn down the house for their other 2 creatures. No Foundry, down to 6. We can, wow, Gleeful Demolition. Gleeful Demolition can help us go wide to block, but Stockpile is so stacked right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap Stockpile, sack Stockpile. This is good. This is good, guys. I know, Stockpile is so stacked, but I think Gleeful Demolition and going wide to block is a little bit better. Phoenix Chick, what a pain. Oh man, these mono red lists are rough, dude. Alright, Stockpile, I'm so sorry, buddy, but we gotta go wide, man. That squee is not looking great. Yeah, 5 stash counters on it feels bad, but we're gonna die, guys. We gotta get something on the board, and at any point they could find burn. There's our opener, by the way. There's our opening hand. The view browser bug. I can't believe that's still a thing after all this time. 4/4 Stormseeker. Dude, chump for sure, right? Because the Thunder Maws and everything is going to help us clean this up. Keep 2 back on the ground. Clean up Squee. Clean up Goblin. It's going to switch to nighttime, so they're going to have Trample and Kumano flips. Maybe we take the Stormseekers out then. Maybe we don't swing. Mishra's Foundry too. They could just like draw burn off the top of the deck as well. The land was such a bad draw, guys. I'm risking it. We're doing this. Let's take out this Stormseeker because it's about to be nighttime. Squee goes wide, Mishra's Foundry. Oh, actually. Oops. Let's just see what happens. They might not power up Foundry. Yeah, the Squee. Because we have 2 chumps. Oh, okay. And they could power up Foundry too. Or they could just activate that, get the burn as well. GG opponent, man. Wow. Tough business, man. Uphill battles against these mono red. So if I would have kept it back, they still would have had the Stormseeker on the board too. Good game, opponent, for getting through there. Yeah, the land draw was really... Why didn't I play this? I guess because I knew I was dead next turn pretty much, but I still should have played that land. That's a little funny. All right, guys, let's go ahead, go over the deck list again and talk a little bit about it. Talk about what we saw today. A little bit too much mono red for my liking. Look, man, I love mono red, but that's tough business, man. I'm trying to play something a little bit fun here, and we just got run over. And I'll tell you what, dude. That match against like the furnace and everything was super rough. Like we have 10 basic lands in here, so it's too bad we didn't see 2 of them early on. Here's the deck list again, guys. There's powerful cards packed in here. There really is. I thought Tainted Adversary was going to do a lot more today, but we were just like struggling to survive in general in all the games. So, so drop a couple Adversary, go up some removal. I know, dude. It's unfortunate, and I never play with enough removal in general. It's going to do a lot for you. Just go up a couple, go for the throats, whatever you want. Third Pylon could be cool, and something early too. Some Exile would be nice. You guys are seeing as much mono red as I saw today, then a card like Flame Blessed Bolt. Where the heck am I, dude? Flame Blessed Bolt right here. That can go a long way, man. Just like a one of, we have these 3 drops that ramp us into it too, so you could go like turn 3 Stockpile and still keep a Flame Blessed Bolt open. Stuff like that, right? So that could be good. So drop a couple Adversary and go up a couple pieces of removal. I could definitely see that. I still want the 2 in here though. I think going wide with the zombies and everything works well with the Broodlord. By the way, Broodlord was really good. When we saw it, that's when we won, right? So, or when we got it onto the board. Actually, we did get it onto the board the one game that we lost too, didn't we? I don't know. Today Today was weird, man. All the games kind of just melted together. I kind of forget all of them except for the Selesnya Enchantments one that we somehow pulled off, right? So, oh, a third burn down the house. There could be a case for that as well. I don't know exactly what everyone's seeing ever. Apparently, I try my best to build around the meta. And it's like a constant back and forth. There's this flow that the meta goes into, a back and forth between just way too many aggro decks and then just way too much Sunfall. And I do my best to build around it, but it's always just back and forth, so I really don't know how to build around it. And that's probably why these mid-range style decks have been doing well for me. Not today, obviously. We got completely run over by those aggro builds, but in general, there's plenty of moments where mid-range can get the upper hand against aggro decks, and there's plenty of moments where you can still pile in enough damage before control does the control thing too. So that's probably one of the reasons I've been doing much better with mid-range, because it's just constant back and forth between the two. We haven't really seen too much mid-range in general. It really has been back and forth between those two, control and aggro. At least what I'm seeing, and as far as I can tell, everyone's seeing something different. So you guys let me know what your meta looks like down in the comments. That way I can, I guess, try to build around it. Bro, I don't even know, man. There was, what was it? It was was it my Is It Control deck? I specifically built it for the aggro style because I was just seeing way too much of it, and it was like every match, like today, right? And then we didn't go up against aggro at all for that build. And then like a week after that, it was just like, where'd the aggro go, right? And then today, now it's back. And so I have no idea, man. I really don't. I'm scared. The standard meta's scary business, dude. Everything's so strong. Speaking of so strong, I think there's actually a little bit of strength hidden in here. I really do. And I think that, I guess, just more removal could pull this together. You could drop the 2 Tainted Adversaries, go up a Pylon and a Burn Down the House. That could be pretty good. I think the 25 land was good, and we didn't get to see the Rivaz today, but yeah, it has a huge target on its back, and if you're seeing that much mono red, then Lightning Strike takes it out very easily. So maybe just like dropping this for the 3rd stockpile could be good too, because that's just an extra artifact that you can use for the demolition then. So definitely stuff to consider here, huh? Yeah, I liked the deck. I think the mana was good overall. The triple black cost on the Broodlord made us sweat a few times, but nothing too serious. So, guys, if you made it this far into the video, then for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.